Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be working on our railroad project today. So at this point you should have your images downloaded, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to open our railway picture up. There are several ways to approach this project, so if you're following along with the directions and kind of watching the video, you will notice some subtle differences, and that's just fine. In Photoshop there are lots of different ways to do things. So we've opened our document up and we're ready to get started. So just kind of a review of skills. Our first goal in this project is to get rid of the sky. So we could use selection tools, and we are going to use masking. But what we want to think about is, think about your last project when you did your cutout of your person. It was difficult to pay attention to small details. We worked with the hair a little bit, but this time we have all these leaves to go through. So because our sky is basically a blue, and we don't have hues of blue other places in this project, we are going to be able to use channels to help isolate our project. So I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my channels, and I'm going to turn everything but the blue off. And then I don't want to disturb my actual blue layer on my channels, so I am going to duplicate, whoops, I need to have my blue on there. I am going to create a new layer that's my blue copy, and that's the channel that I'm going to work on. So we have our blue copy, and here's where we're actually going to make some adjustments. So we're going to try to make our image just black and white. And you can see that the sky is pretty white and that the background is pretty black. So when we do some image contrast, it's going to help see the black and white. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, and we're going to go to Levels. Now, with this particular project, in the tutorial, it does tell you exactly what your settings should be. Although, if you weren't doing this with written directions, you wouldn't have automatic settings. So you can kind of see, you can drag these to have an idea of where we should go. I just wanted to show you how they would work, but the settings, we have 0.9, to look back at my settings here, 82, and 170. So you can see that basically made our document black and white, but where there's still white down here, we don't want that to be removed. So we're going to actually take and we're going to color this in black. And I could use a bigger brush here. And up and through here. Now when I go up to this tree line, I want to be very cautious, because I don't want to get out in the trees. This is where you're really going to see your detail of this project, and it's going to look, for lack of better terms, realistic. So now I'm ready to start to make my selection. So I'm going to hold the Control key down on my keyboard, and I'm going to click the thumbnail. And you can see it selected everything in white. At this point, I can actually get rid of that blue copy layer, and it has my sky selected. Now, if I were to apply a layer mask right now, I'm just going to do that so you can see what happens. It takes everything but my sky out. I want it to do the opposite. So we're going to do a select inverse and then put on our layer mask. So we have a nice clean mask, a nice clean outline. So now we're ready to actually bring our other images in. Some images don't work with a file place. So in this case, we are actually going to open up our sky, and we want sky 1, and I just opened this up in the default photos program, and I'm going to copy, come back to Photoshop, edit, paste, and now I'm going to size my photo so it works with what I need. If you don't have the bounding box around your image, you'll need to make sure that you have a check mark right here in Show Transform Controls. And then when you're done transforming, it's always good to hit Enter. That applies the transformation. So right now, obviously, this is a very ugly line. We do not want a straight line. So we're going to switch the order of our layers, and now you have a nice mystical sky behind your tree line. We're going to do a lot of other adjustments and import some new images, but this is where we're going to stop at for this part of the video. Good luck!